Hi, my name is Vahagan. I'm working at Positive Technology Company of Banking Security Research Group. Today, I'd like to talk about security of crypto exchanges. The research I did between 2019 and 2020 years. When I started my career, I have found my first vulnerability at Kraken. It was in 2013. I have found a open redirect vulnerability which was duplicate, but the Kraken sent me a little bit tip of half of Bitcoin, and at the time it was $100. At 2013 I was a student. So after the time I have found a lot of vulnerabilities at crypto exchanges like XSS, SQL injection, directory traversals, etc. If you will read a news, and you can see that there are a lot of hacks of exchanges. The big hacks was with MTGOX, Bitfinex, Binance. For example, from MTGOX was stolen over 800,000 Bitcoins. A few years ago, I asked me a question. So, how are crypto exchanges hacked? As for me, using an XSS, it was so hard to hack crypto exchanges, or using Open Redirect, I think it's not possible too. As for me, there are 4 points, 4 ways how to possible to hack the servers of crypto exchanges. The first point is via insiders. It's when developers leave some backdoors in a code, and after some time using the backdoor, they steal money. The second point is a vulnerability in third-party software which using exchanges, for example, some outdated CMS, or the vulnerability, for example, in Apache and something like that. But as for me, more realistic to hack the exchanges by finding vulnerability at smart contracts or in custom codes. The next question that rises is which vulnerability to search. Of course, you can search for XSS, SQL injection, but their vulnerability are often fixed at the application development stage. I started looking for different vulnerabilities at the application logic level in the particular vulnerabilities of the race conditions type. For those who don't know, in short, what is a race condition? The vulnerability of race condition is peculiar of application that support multi-threading and multiprocessing. From the Valor's blog, I took an example of the work of program for transferring money from one user to another. Ideally, when transferring money, it's first check the balance of the first user has much money as it needs to be transferred. If so, the money from the balance of the first user will be debit and added to the second user. But what happened if 2 transfer requests come in parallel at the same time? When both threads will at the same time check the if operation and proceed to step 2, at the same time debit money from the balance of the first user and add it to the balance of the second user. If the first user had $1,000 and we requested a transfer of the maximum amount, then the first user will have minus $1,000, and on the second account, and the second user will have $2,000. For the research, I took the top 100 exchanges, but it's not from CoinMarketCap website. Also, I took a turbo intruder at $100 in Litecoin and Dogecoin, since the commission for withdrawing those coins was one of the lowest at that time. How do I understand where to look? In what functionality? I thought to read what was the trend of the exchanges at that time, what new functionality they added. From the Binance blog, I saw that they added margin trading, and here you can see that there is a functionality to transfer amount from one account to another, from margin to spot. And another functionality was internal transfer. This is when money debit from one user account and added to another user account at the database level and not at the blockchain level. So let's look at the 4 logical vulnerabilities that I found. The first vulnerability was in Snapex exchange. The Snapex exchange was closed on February of this year, so I can write their name here. When we want to buy Bitcoin, we send a request to the exchange and say the price and at which we want to buy and the quantity. After, if we have a required amount on our balance, then the exchange will place an order to buy or sell. So what will happen if we'll send several parallel requests to exchange, for example, to buy some Bitcoin? In case I haven't sent 2 requests to buy 100 Bitcoins at price of $1, the exchange placed 2 buy order, which had total cost of $200, and I had $0 in my balance. By canceling one buy order, my balance increased by $100, and by canceling the second order, my balance became $200. This way, I was able to double my balance and using a race condition. I reported this vulnerability to developers, and they fixed within 2 weeks. Here the screenshot of my trading account. My start balance was $10,000, and after a few seconds I increased my balance to $20,000. The second exchange used the same vulnerability as the Binance associated with internal transfer, but internal transfer was done with the help of promo codes. By design, one user was able to create some promo code with some amount. After promo code creation, the exchange will freeze the amount, and if some other user will activate the promo code, the exchange will add frozen amount to the second user balance. I have tried race condition from the second user by activating the promo code 1, but no luck. But when I created 2 promo codes and tried again race condition with only the first promo code, then the exchange added amount from promo code 1 to my account, and after that from the promo code 2. I'd like to mention that I didn't know promo code 2 value. Here is the screenshot that I was able to activate the promo code 1 2 times.
Let's see another type of vulnerability. When we're trying to withdraw money from our account, the exchange deducts a commission from the money that we want to withdraw, and the remaining amount is sending to address that we wrote. I found one crypto exchange that positioned itself as a commission-free exchange. I thought that if the exchange doesn't take a commission, then I wonder what is the minimum amount that can be withdrawn from the exchange. It turned out that this amount in dollar terms is very small. When I try to withdraw 1 million Ethereum, the exchange itself pay around $10 for the transaction. I wrote to the crypto exchange that you can send the smallest amount of Ethereum and the exchange will pay a large amount instead of me, and you can empty the exchange's hot wallet by sending a lot of transactions. The exchange replied to me that this is their business and this is not a vulnerability.
When we try to withdraw amount from the exchange, usually the exchange sent us email for confirmation, and if we will click the accept button or link, the exchange will send our amount to some address. Race condition vulnerability was in a few websites, in a few exchanges, by accept the confirmation link. When I sent a few times accept confirmation request, I saw that the exchange sent to another account, another address many times the amount which I requested. Or when I try to send the amount in my deposit address, then the exchange increased my balance a few times. Here you can see the approve withdrawal link, which I sent a few times via race condition. And here you can see that my account was 0.05 Ethereum, and after that the exchange added to my balance 6 times of value which I tried to withdraw to my deposit address. And here you can see my final Ethereum balance. As a conclusion, 25% of exchanges had a race condition, and 80% of 25% exchanges was possible to steal amount or manipulate balance of crypto exchanges. So that's it. Thank you very much.